Okay, it is May 6th, I think, 6th or 7th, Sunday. And we've come up to sort of open the season on working on this place. And we came up once in the middle of the winter to get the snow off the roof, but we couldn't tell exactly what we were dealing with. What happened was that the farmer who owns the land surrounding us, we're kind of we're basically surrounded on all four sides. We're a little island within this, carved out within this large property, owned by a sort of a locally prominent farmer, and who we are sort of, I thought we were friends with him, and have spent a lot of time and money renting his renting one of his houses when we work on the main part of his farm down by the water. Anyway, he's never mentioned that he was going to clear cut his land. But lo and behold, he did in the middle of the winter, without ever mentioning it or telling us. He sent Hega a text message with a photo attached, which was no explanation, and it was very difficult to ascertain what we were looking at and where we were. But it was him and his grandkids. And there was all of this logging equipment. Anyway, he really mutilated and destroyed the character of this site. I don't want to put too fine a point on it, and I do have to find a way to move on, but it really means that we have to kind of redefine what this place is, and I'm just, now that we see it without the snow, I don't know, we're enraged. I'm enraged and baffled that this could be done. This behavior is normal. It's not normal. Anyway, I'm kind of documenting this because we're going to confront him, and I'll show you why. So I don't know if you can remember what the pan looked like out here, but I mean, it's the trees are gone. This was all, you can see the stumps. These were all old growth trees. Our property line is right there, right at those stumps. So he went right to the property line and just leveled everything. And it wasn't done neatly. It looks like a World War II battlefield, you know. It's just, anything that wasn't harvested looks like it has been exploded or run over. And I'm quite sure that it's going to, you know, the idea is that he's finished. Like, they're not gonna clean anything up. So we have this vista of destruction down to the, you know, now we see neighbors' houses with mobile homes and trampolines. You know, I guess you see the water, but we could see the water from another vantage point on the property. And I can't see the water without first seeing all of these decapitated trees. It's incredible. Okay, so you go this way. You can see our property markers. This is the bad angle for the sun. He had machines. There's evidence that they came up through our property. We don't know if this was a snowplow, which we sanctioned, or if it was some kind of a logging rig. But it knocked over. There was a tree here, which is gone. Which I've taken it out, but it was crushed by something. There is some natural damage from the snow, which happens every year. So there's part of this tree was down. I've chopped that up today. But something has like just sort of shoved this pile of old logs and building materials back into the tree line there. I don't know. And then right here again, right beyond our property line, is just like it's just smashed trees. They've fallen into our property. And he's clear cut all the way up the hill. The odd thing about the area he cut is that it wasn't dense at all. This was it was beautiful back there. I don't know how far it was, a kilometer of just sort of the trees were sort of few and far between. They were huge, so it was like walking through this carpeted wooded interior. It was very strange. It was beautiful. It was interesting. I don't know why he had to cut those. Why he didn't thin out a more dense area. Here's the little copse of trees that have just all been destroyed and are falling into our property. This is utter destruction. It seems so unnecessary. I have a sneaky feeling that the guy's planning on developing the properties around here or something. We've taken a bunch of stuff out of the stub bed, cleaning the interior, because we're going to come back next weekend, I think, and actually just stay in the apartment, in the cabin. There's this natural snow damage there. A few of these trees go down every year. Now here's what this put us over the edge. I'm still on our property, and he's cut trees on our property down. He came across. It's close, but there's no doubt about it. There was a huge tree right here, and he came across our line and took it. And this is the site of the old barn. This was the ramp, stone ramp that went up to the barn, which is going to be something that I use as a starting point when I rebuild the barn, which is definitely a plan. I don't know what to say about it. guess it was an accident, but he was asking for it. He was asking for it, to do it in the snow, not talk to us, not have us here, and know that he was trying to go right to the line and take everything he possibly could. And he went over. Oh, he went way over. Again, this area is it's brutal. It's so disappointing what it looks like now. I have to look back at the videos and see if I got images of what it was like to walk through here. But the moose came through here. Moose lived in here. They would come out of this. They would come out of this area, and they still will, I'm sure. But it was just sort of like this. It was a strange, magical sort of a forest, a transitional sort of a thing. It felt old. It felt creepy in a really good way. And now it's just totally trashed. And the further heckin' I went, the worse it got. So here they are. They ran. And I lost it. I lost it when I saw this. They ran some kind of huge bulldozer through here. Just ripped the place apart, and they went right across our property. They just ripped it up. And they knocked down, they rolled over some of our trees. This wasn't snow damage. Look at this. Look at this. The amount of horse shit I hear about, like, environmental stewardship and love of forests and fairness. It's just mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah, so they ran right over our trees. They went right through the middle of our property here, and have created what? A new road for themselves? A logging road? Look at this. To think of this happening. I'm not going to turn this into a sociological rant. I mean, this guy thinks he's, obviously, there's no consequences here. He's going to get away with it, or there'll just be some kind of a financial punishment, as with all things, and he can afford it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There are no consequences. So, one more thing. There was an old wall here, and you can see remnants of the stones. There's a much larger and more intact running wall up there on his property. But there was one here too, on my property. And I had been clearing it, and I don't know what it would have become, but I considered it sort of historic, and I considered it important. And it would form the basis of something, landscape-wise, on our property. And it was an axis along which we had, there was an idea of a structure right there. If you're looking at that one birch, white birch, straight ahead, That's basically the corner of our property. No, it's, well, and actually the corner of our property is out there. So he's 20 meters within our property. But we were going to have a structure there, and running along the stone wall to another structure here, sort of right along this road, this new road that they've made. But the wall is just ground into oblivion. It's completely gone. They chewed it into nothing and destroyed it. Yeah, okay. I haven't found anything else that's sort of specifically enraging to me yet, but that is more than enough for the day. What a fucking asshole. What a freak. A freak.